Welcome to the Mystery Mouse Knitting Podcast. My name is Holly, and I'm coming to you from Colorado, where I live with my husband and our 5 kids and our many pets. And today is, I think, June 21st. Yeah, it is June 21st. It's the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. So I'm not a summer person, so I'm happy to get here because I know that from now on, the days are going to be getting longer, or the nights, the darkness. The darkness is going to be getting longer, and we're heading toward fall slowly but surely. So thank you for joining me today. This is a podcast mostly about knitting, a little bit about books, and my yarn shop, Mystery Mouse Yarn Co. on Etsy. So I don't have a super long episode for you today. I don't have a ton of knitting, but I do have a finished object and some stuff to show you. So let's get into it here. First of all, I have a finished object, which I'm very excited about, which is and I haven't woven the ends in yet, which is my Fosette by Knitty McPurly. And I am so happy with how it turned out. I did a lot of work on this thing because I cut off the neck from here, from where this turquoise teal stripe is. That's where I cut it, and I kitchen ordered it back together. So let's talk about this. First of all, this is my project bag that I was using. Spider-Man suddenly appeared in all my stuff. So this was my original neck. I had started with the teal yarn because I really liked that color. And then I went into this kind of I don't know what you would call it. It's like gold and green and has a little pink in it. It's really pretty. And then I went into the brown, which is my main color, and I did the baubles back in this multicolor again. And then I had 2 or 3 rounds of this plain gold. And when I got further down, I had been afraid to use this darker blue. Let me see if I can find the actual yarn. It was this darker blue with pink in it. I just thought it's really dark. It's much different than all the other colors, which have a lot of green kind of in them. And I was afraid to use it. But then I put it next to the green later, and I really liked how it looked. So I decided I wanted to go back and revisit this, because also I decided I was going to do all my cuffs in the brown. So I wanted to start with my neck in the brown. And I did not have a lot of brown. I would have made this longer, but this was all the brown I had. It wasn't quite 100 grams because I used this in my Beauty and the Beast sweater. So, and I couldn't find any more, so I just made it as long as I had the yarn, and then I stopped. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. So anyway, I ended up cutting off this, the top of this, and then when I restarted, I also started after the first increase, like with the numbers. So I cast on the numbers that you would have after the first increase, so that my neck was a little more open. I don't know if you can see the difference after, if you can. So it looks like I got about 1.5 inches or 2 inches of a bigger neck, which is just a preference thing. So anyway, as you can see, I changed all my colors to match. From the top, I matched the way I did the coloring at the bottom. I did the color work at the bottom hem. And then instead of just doing the cap sleeve, I repeated the color work that was here on the, after the arm split. And then I did a little bit of brown, and then I repeated the color work that was on the bottom hem. And then I did a brown cuff. So I will probably wear this on my next episode. I just wanted to be able to show it better. And also I need to weave in the ends, so I will do that. But I wore this to church on Sunday, and I was really happy with it. So I am excited to cast on another one because I'm planning to do a Christmas one, which I talked about in my last episode. But I might wait and do my gilded sweater first, which is another Knitty McPurly pattern. So anyway, that is all done. I think I'm going to frog this and save the yarn because after I was done, it was kind of like I didn't know what to do with myself. And suddenly and sort of irrationally, I missed this yarn. So I decided to make a little granny square because I've been on a granny square kick, which I will show you in my other project I've been working on. So I wanted to make a granny square to sort of commemorate this project. And I figured maybe this is something that I can do with all of my fingering weight sweaters that I make. I can make a granny square when I'm done, either with just the one color or something. And maybe I'll have eventually enough to make a little blanket. And I thought that would be really a cool way to have a memory blanket instead of just making squares of one color. So anyway, I have enough yarn to make another granny square too, especially if I rip out the neck because, well, I don't know, I'm about out of the pink, so we'll see, but I will make some more with that. So that is my Fosette. I need to take a picture for Instagram. I have not done that yet. My finished object for the Fosette Along 2023. And that is, once again, a pattern by Knitty McPurly, bag by Delightful Works. So as soon as I was done with that, I decided to get out my Everywhere sweater and really work on these sleeves. Well, one sleeve anyway. And so I have knit this much sleeve. Dun, 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 dun. I will try it on for you. It's the nice thing about having sleeves in the round. They're kind of like ready to go. So as you can see, hopefully you can see, I have just a couple inches left to go on my sleeve. I don't know, well, maybe 3 or 4 inches, but it's getting there. I won a medal for doing these sleeves, even though they are bulky weight, because they're in rib, and I think it's the rib that's slowing me down. Plus it's twisted rib, and there are 2 different rounds because you don't twist every knit stitch because you didn't do it in the body. Anyway, but I will get that done. I'm really hoping to get that one done today and be able to start on my next one. Okay, now I'm all wrapped up in yarn. Please hold. All right, so that's the Everywhere sweater, also a pattern by Knitty McPurly, and it is an excellent pattern, very easy to follow. I can't remember which size I'm knitting because I went down a size. I started out in one size and then it was too big, and so I tinked back till I got to the numbers for the size below. But I'm really happy with how it's fitting, and I hope that I will be happy with the length. I didn't make it too long. It's not exactly cropped, but it's like right on my hip bone. But it is a very, it's not heavy. Well, it is kind of heavy. It's a bulky weight sweater with mohair, so it's, I don't want it to be too like draggy. So we'll see. This bag is by the Stolen Minute, or Stolen Minutes. I always say the Stolen Minute, like you only get one. You only get 1 minute. No, it's a bunch of minutes, I hope. All right, the only other thing that I have worked on is in this other little bag by Delightful Works. And that is my crochet project I'm doing with my Brown Bear mini skein collection. So I'm making a granny square with the colors in the Brown Bear order. So brown bear, red bird, yellow duck, blue horse, green frog, purple cat, white dog, black sheep, goldfish. I'm doing them in order, but I'm starting with the next one each time. So this is the original. This starts with the red bird. I'll show you the nice side. This starts with the yellow duck, etc. So I'm kind of hoping in that way to use up a similar amount of yarn, because each color, obviously, as the rounds get bigger, it takes more yarn. So as I do each color in each spot, I'm hoping to use up about the same amount, which will give me 9 granny squares because there's 9 colors. And so that'll make a nice square. Obviously, that will not be big enough for a blanket. It'll be 3 rows of 3. I'm on the last square, the one that starts with the goldfish. And these only take, I don't know, maybe like an hour to crochet. It probably wouldn't even take that long, but I have to give my hands a little break every once in a while because they start cramping up. And I have to keep changing colors. But I took another mini skein set from my shop, so I have 2 because I really want to be able to make this a decent sized blanket. This is going to be a blanket for Grady to commemorate one of his very favorite books. The only one of the new set that I've rolled up is the red because I made 3 little plain granny squares. Now, where are they? I can never find anything. Okay, I made 3 of these, I think 3. And so I didn't have enough to finish these multicolored granny squares. So I'll be making more little granny squares. You know, this is what, a 3-round granny square, I think. So you have the little circle in the middle, and then you have the part around it that makes it square. And to be honest, that's my favorite size of granny square. It's so cute. It's so tiny. So this is just a little bit bigger than that, but someday I should make a really tiny little granny square blanket. The problem is, while I have made a ton of granny squares in my life, I have never actually joined them all together. And since these don't have the same color borders, I'm really wondering what I'm going to do. Also, I could just border them all in another color, in a cream or a black, but I have this white from the White Dog, and it's not actually cream. It's it has gray in it because in the book the White Dog is like kind of streaked with gray, probably just to give him some dimension. So I don't really know if cream is going to look nice. And then I also have a black, which is a very tonal gray streaky black. So I don't know if I should do a flat black. If you have any ideas, let me know what I should do about that. I'm just not sure yet. I am crocheting this with a size F, 3.75 millimeter. They have all these things, F/5-3.75 mm. So anyway, this is my favorite crochet hook. I know that people like the ones with the grippy handles, but I crochet like I'm holding a pencil. So the grippy handle, I think, would really bother me. I've never tried it, but this is how I crochet. So anyway, I'm really enjoying this. This is my end of the night project, you know, when I'm really tired and I don't want to think anymore and I just want to be doing something. So I'm really enjoying this project. It's also so freeing to have projects that don't have a deadline. I mean, not that any of my projects really have a deadline, except maybe knit-alongs and stuff. But, you know, Grady's not like, where's my blanket? The way things are going, this will probably get done before some of the things I've been working on for 2 years, because that's how these things go. That is all the things I've been working on. I did work on my red wall socks, which, I don't know, I probably knit like an inch or 2 on those because I took them somewhere and that was all the knitting I had, so it forced me to knit on them, which was good. But they look essentially the same, so I'm not going to show you those. In an effort to continue to fluff my stash for the Texas Peach Knits, I cannot say this. For the Texas Peach Knits Fluff My Stash, I'm continuing to fluff. I found some old projects. So I found this bag, which had some stuff in it. I made this bag myself. I love this bag so much. I English paper pieced these hexagons together. I think I did it totally wrong because I never looked up how to do it. I just kind of assumed I knew how to do it. So I did the paper part. I basted them by hand with, you know, I didn't glue them. I should have glued them. Now I know better. Anyway, but I basted them to pieces of paper I also made my own hexagon, so I think it's a little wonky. I think some of the sides are different sizes, but it all worked out, and I love this bag. I love the fake wood fabric on the bottom, and I gave it little handles because this was, I probably made this in 2020 after I had gotten that bag from Toad Hollow. That's what it's called, right? And that had those two handles on it. So I just kind of imitated that, and it has a zipper. And then it's got quilt batting, and it's very soft. And a sort of, what is this called? Like a decorator fabric, like a denim-y kind of fabric inside. So I love this bag. And inside this bag, I had a project that I needed to frog because it was a onesie, like a knitted baby onesie. Adorable, right? Well, Grady is too big to wear this sort of thing now, even though it was turning out huge. But I have already frogged most of it. This little piece was separate. I don't know why. I think this was the part you put the little snappies on. But look how big it is. Like, this is how wide it was supposed to go, halfway around the baby's diaper area. I just don't, I mean, it's stretchy. Anyway, so this is Knit Picks Brava in their, I don't know, some sort of speckly color. They got a speckly color probably in, well, when was Grady born? 2021. I think or maybe it was 2022. I don't remember. It was a while ago. And I was really excited because I thought it would be cute to make baby things. So I got 3 skeins. Well, there was only 1 skein in my bag. I have to go find the other 2 skeins. So I will be fluffing some more to find the other 2 skeins of this. But I had 1 whole skein. I assume it was a whole skein. So I made this giant granny square. So I'm just going to make a giant granny square blanket with this. And I really like how it's turning out. It's very relaxing to make. And this I got a new hook for because all my crochet hooks have disappeared. And this is a size, it must be a size I /9-5.50 millimeters. So it's a 5.5 millimeter hook, I guess. So, but anyway, I am working on this. I haven't put it back in the bag. I have it in this really nice, I have it in this really nice basket. My mother-in-law gave me this basket. Someone in my husband's family made it. I think I talked about this basket before. Anyway, it's very sturdy. So I just have it in here for now. But while I was fluffing, one of the things I did was cleaned out this basket also. And I had several things in here. I've got this snappy DPN holder. And then I had this snappy DPN holder. And in this snappy DPN holder is a sock. I think this is Knit Picks Stroll hand painted something. I don't remember the colorway. It's like yellow and gray and blue and white. And I was making some socks. This is from when Grady was born. I went to the hospital and I wanted to have a sock project. So I think I cast these on right before I went to the hospital for Grady. And these are like the Crunkle socks by Kay Jones at Bakery Bears, but I did not buy the pattern. I just swatched until I got it to look like that because I was too cheap to buy the pattern. The thing is, these socks seem very narrow. Now that I'm looking at them, I mean, maybe I'll be able to get that on my foot. Maybe I should give it to someone with skinny feet because it just seems very, very much narrower than my socks normally look. But I did a plain foot, so I guess that's where I was going to put my heel in. And I have not seen these for probably almost 2 years, so I need to get back to work. And these are my favorite sock needles. I was wondering what happened to these. These are Knit Pro, is it Knit Pro? Zings, size 1. And I love these needles. They're kind of short, which is really nice for, you know, you don't have to worry about stabbing, I don't know, big things. I think they're 4-inch needles, and a lot of my sock needles are 6-inch or even 7-inch. So I'm glad to have my favorite needles back anyway. And I would like to finish those. I have so many single socks. It's just discouraging. Single socks. I mean, I have finished a lot of pairs of socks. I know that I can. I don't have to prove anything to myself, but I don't know. As a yarn-driven knitter, once I see how the yarn knits up and how it's going, and a lot of times I just lose a little steam, I guess. So, but while I was cleaning out this basket, I found this, and I was so happy to find this. I bought this at our science museum, whatever museum, the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, in the gift shop. It's just made out of a little, it's like a, I don't know, a rock, and it's very sturdy. But I was just using this to put stitch markers in, and I have this Very Hungry Caterpillar stitch marker, Progress Keeper, that I got from Southern Storytime when I ordered her caterpillar yarn. And I had this little stitch marker that I made myself. I don't even know if I made this because I think it came like this on a little thingy. I might have made it. And then this one I also got in a Southern Storytime advent calendar. It's so cute, but the lobster claw broke. So I need to just change that out because I love the little snowman. Is so cute. But anyway, so I'm so glad I can have that back and put it back into my rotation with my stitch markers. So now for a little book talk. I have acquired a couple of books. You know, I showed those Victorian mouse paper dolls last time, and a lot of people said in the comments that they loved paper dolls when they were little, and like me. And so I thought I would show another one of my favorites, and I rebought this one just this past week. This is called Little Busybodies, Paper Dolls in Full Color, the Classic Series by Frances Tipton Hunter. And I have bought this at least, like I said, I just bought it, but I think I bought it twice before. I had it when I was a kid. And these are just like little retro kids, and I love them. I think they're adorable. I love how they all have a pet. So this is Katie Curls, and she has a kitten and a doll. It's like bonus points if you get a paper doll. Ready Teddy, one of my kids is named Teddy, so he is very cute, and he's got a dog. And I love how they all have like a dress-up outfit, like a play outfit. Sometimes they have jammies or a dressing gown. Jolly Jane has a parrot. And I love how they're like in these interesting poses. Bunny Boy was always one of my favorites. He looks like Grady. He's supposed to be 3, so Grady is 2. So maybe when Grady is 3, he'll look like Bunny Boy. And of course he has a bunny. And then a Puggy Pam. I mean, Puggy, why is she called Puggy Pam? But she has a horse. And I love her little daffodil dress. It's like a flower fairy. And then the last one is Rob the Rogue, and he has a pet monkey, very exotic. And so anyway, I love these. So I wanted to get these and be able to copy them because I think it's out of print. I'm pretty sure. And be able to copy these for my own daughters. Because after my podcast last week, I copied some of the mouse paper dolls for them and their outfits, and they have been doing those every day. It's so fun to watch them do that and be like, I think I'll do my paper dolls. So anyway, that's very sweet. So that was a paper doll that I acquired this week, and also I bought this from Thrift Book, a Patricia Wentworth. I was recommended Patricia Wentworth by Emily of Woldenburn. Hi, Emily. And she is just a golden age mystery writer. And this book was written in 1943. So I just thought I'd pick one and try it. Like I told you, I never read the back of books. I don't like to read the synopsis of the story. I just want to read the book. So I just kind of picked one that looked interesting on the cover at random, and I liked the title. And so I started reading that. I think I'm on chapter 8. No, chapter 6. I'm in chapter 6, and I'm really enjoying that so far. So that is all the book talk that I have, I think. Oh, I also bought the first book in the Mistmantle Chronicles, which was recommended to me by, I think it was Stephanie of Texas Peach Knits. as kind of a Red Wallian book, but squirrels. So I got that and I gave that to Toby because he is my big Redwall fan, and I'm hoping that he will read that and enjoy it very much. So I might read it out loud to all the kids. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so now I wanted to talk about my shop. So if you're not interested, well, I hope you'll stick around anyway, but my hand-dyed yarn shop is Mystery Mouse Yarn Co. I think I'm going to do that again. So now I wanted to talk about my last shop update, okay. Now I just want to talk about my most recent shop update at Mystery Mouse Yarn Co. on Etsy and show you some of the stuff that went in there, and also something that has not gone in yet. I think I'll be putting that in later today because I was still dyeing yarn like Friday night. My shop update was Saturday morning. Friday night I was still dyeing some yarn, so it wasn't quite dry, so I could not take pictures of it and stuff. So I have finished that up now, and I just wanted to show you. First of all, if you wanted to get your hands on some Feeding Frenzy, I've had 2 updates of Feeding Frenzy, and they both sold out very quickly. And so I decided to do one last hurrah and put it up for pre-order because I wasn't sure. I didn't want to dye up, you know, 8 skeins or 10 skeins or something, and then the market was exhausted. So I wasn't sure what to do about that. So here in my bag by Delightful Works, for Shark Week, I have my skein of Feeding Frenzy. So this is on DK, but I have put it up for pre-order on DK and on Fingering. They will be going out on July 1st because I want to make sure that you get them in time for Shark Week. Politically Incorrect Knitters is putting on Shark Week. Knit along. I hope you all participate. So that will be going out then. This will be the last chance for Feeding Frenzy. Even if we do Shark Week next year, I'm going to do a different colorway. So this is your last chance to get Feeding Frenzy. So please head over to the shop and get that if you're interested. I just wanted to show, this is the Brown Bear mini skein set that I'm making my crochet blanket out of. These are all the colors. I just think they're really fun colors, and they're perfect for kid and baby knits, and it's 9 20-gram mini skeins. So this would be plenty of yarn to make like a toddler sweater, because 5 skeins is 100 grams. So it's almost 2 full skeins of yarn. So that's in the shop. This has been in there for a little while, but I put up more Treasure Island. This is a beautiful like aqua, green, and yellow tonal variegated yarn. Treasure Island, inspired by the classic. And then I decided, well, okay, since it's summertime, I'm going to do some more island yarn. So that's going to be, I think, this summer's kind of book inspiration. So I decided to do a yarn inspired by this book, Baby Island. If you have never read Baby Island, I love this book. I remember this book from when I was a kid. I think we never owned it. We had it in, we must have gotten it from the library. But I remember reading it, and it was just like, there was something about it. I don't know. It was just like a magical story to me when I was a little kid, because it's about kids who kind of get shipwrecked on an island, and they're taking care of these babies. It's 2 little girls, and they have babies to take care of, and they survive, and it's a very cute, sweet little story, and quite a happy, I don't know, it's a great book. This version that I got used, okay, it's originally published in 1937, but this is a 1993 edition. And they had this phase in the 90s, didn't they? And in the 80s too, but I think mostly the 90s, where they reprinted old books, but they gave the kids in the cover modern clothes to make them look more like with it or something. But this is a book from the 30s, so it's quite old. So this is the yarn. This is Baby Island. And I just have a limited amount of this available because I want to see if people like it. But it's just a very pastel, tropical, variegated yarn. So this is Baby Island. It's available in fingering and DK in my shop. And I would encourage you to check out this book. This was the first book that I successfully read out loud to my kids. I tried to read, I think, Charlotte's Web, and I think there was another book. I don't remember. But this was the first book that I was able to, and they like sat and listened to. I think Teddy was like 4 or something, and I had been trying to read a chapter book to him. And I think it's because it has babies in it. So try this with your little kids. All right. Oh, this is Baby Island in the DK. It's got speckles and different colors. All right, so now I have a sock set. This is the Strawberry Lemonade sock set. So it's got a strawberry colored mini, 20-gram mini, and then it is goes from yellow to peachy to pink. Strawberry Lemonade, perfect for your summer socks. Then I have my 2 strawberry shortcake inspired mini skein sets. This is strawberry shortcake. I love these colors. So there's a red, a dark pink, a pale pink, a minty green, and a cream, and they all have speckles. So the red has dark green speckles. It's a little harder to see. The dark pink has red speckles. The pale pink has green speckles. The minty green has pink speckles, and the cream has green and pink speckles. I think this would be the cutest mitts or socks, and I have dyed this in DK and fingering, and there are a few of these left. Let me take this out of the bag. But I teamed up with EB&Co for some special stitch markers. She made for me a pink strawberry, and it matches so well with the yarn. So I just love this. Now she is going to have some red strawberries in her shop very soon with the little face on it and everything. So if you're interested in that, please go check her out. She is EB&Co US on Etsy. I'll put a link to her shop in my description. There are only a few of these left in the shop that have the progress keeper with them. So if you want that, please check it out. Now I also dyed this up for people who don't like pink so much or red. I also dyed this collection. This is Strawberry Shortcake's Friends. And so I had so much fun doing this. So I just picked 5 of her friends. There's so many more, and I would love to do them all. But we have Blueberry Muffin. I had to do Blueberry Muffin because you know how they all have a little, like a little animal buddy, like a little pet. So Blueberry Muffin's pet is a mouse. So I had to, I'll put a picture up here. It's adorable. In fact, I'll put a picture of each friend. So there's Blueberry Muffin, Raspberry Tart, Orange Blossom, Huckleberry Pie, and Apricot. So I hope, oh, I love these. And you know what I love is that it's got these 2 that are close. It's got the blueberry muffin and the huckleberry pie are close, and so are the orange blossom and the apricot. So they would be so pretty striped, you know, right next to each other. And then you've got the pop of the raspberry tart. So I have this available in DK and fingering also. I think these would be amazing socks or mitts. Or you could do whatever you want. These would be also beautiful in a colorwork yoke sweater. It's really nice to be able to use mini skeins for color work because then you don't have to buy like 87, you know, full skeins of things. You could also do these together. Be amazing. So, I hope that you will check those out. I don't know if I'm going to be retying those, so this might be your only chance to get this yarn. Also available in my shop for a limited time is the Nancy Drew Summer Sock Club for July. That listing will be closing on July 1st, and then I will dye the yarn and send it out to you. So this is the inspiration cover. And there are only 3 of my Christy for Christmas advent calendars left in the shop. So if you really wanted to get one, now's the time. As far as a life update, I think our summer is going well. We're very busy. We have some exciting pet news for you coming up in my next episode. But I'm not going to say anything else about that. Just some exciting pet news. And then my kids were helping out at a VBS last week, so I did a lot of yarn time while they were gone. But it was kind of rough because Grady didn't have anyone to play with, and so he had a little bit of a hard time while they were gone. He kept asking where they were, because usually we're all together, or maybe some of the kids will be gone, but they're not usually all gone at the same time. So but they're back this week, and we've just been busy. My kids are done with school except for a couple of subjects we're just trying to finish up. So one of those is history, and we're watching the Ken Burns Civil War documentary series from the 90s and really enjoying that. That's an excellent documentary. It's very long though. I think there's 9 episodes, and some of them are, I thought they were all an hour, but I think some of them are even longer than that. So we have a ways to go. I think we just watched episode 5. But anyway, I think that's all that I have for you today. So please check out my shop and all of the other shops and people that I talked about, designers and bag makers. I will put them all in the description box below. If you're interested, please check those out. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye. You want to have a snack?
Yeah.
Can you go get him a snack really quick? Okay. Hey, Grady, can you say hi to the iPad? Can you say hi? Can you say hello? Say hello.
Hi.
What is it that you want to do? You want the iPad?
No.
What are you going to do with it? Can you wave? Can you do anything?
Anything at all. Stage fright.
I'll be listen.
Okay, I'll listen.
Can you give me 5? Can you fist bump? Elbow? Head bonk? Okay.